Thank you so much. Uh, my name is Francis Odero, the Secretary General of India Masava. I want to take this opportunity to greet all the Bamasava from Uganda, from India Mwambu, India Onale, and India Muvuya, and across our brothers with the Bakus from Kenya. As you are aware, there are so many things which have been happening in Kinzu for the past 1 week. On 26 July 2023, there was a letter which was written by Mtuzo on 14th June to Ambassador Wamimbi to cause a reconciliation meeting between the warring faction of Ugoga. So on 26th July,
Maybe Prime Minister Mtuzo is the person. I think it's important.
The Minister of State for Gender and Culture Affairs to address the issues of Bugisu Cultural Institution. And on 26th July 2023, that meeting took place from Lukovo Hall in Maluku. And I want to go Bali headquarters. During that meeting, there are so many things, but before that meeting took place, we wrote a letter to the Minister of Gender telling them that for us at India Masava, we don't know anything concerning Buddhist Culture Institution. We don't know where it's originating from, and we don't know the founders of Buddhist Culture Institution. We only know the India Masava, or the gazetted Culture Institution of Bamasava. India Masava started way back in 2004 with the first Ngoga being Emeritus Wilson Wamimbi, and the second one was the late Boy Mushkoli. And the late Boy Mushkoli handed over power to the current Omugoga, John Amuram Wagabyalire, whom we are waiting for government to gazette. I've come across so many things, including that the Bamasava, who are enemies of this culture institution, who have gone ahead to form their own institution called Bugisu Culture Institution. We don't know where they're located, but they've been sending letters to the Minister of Gender telling them that we need to be gazetted, we need to be rectified, we are the rightful people who can learn the Bamasava Culture Institution. Within me here, I have a copy of India Masava Constitution and the Constitution of Buddhist Culture Institution, purported institution of Constitution of Buddhist Culture Institution. They made it in November 2022, and when you look at the Constitution of India Masava, the first amendment was done in July 31st, July 2010. That's when the India Masava began. Then the second amendment was done on 29th April 2011. So the rightful constitution is India Masava, where the first Omugoga used, the second Omugoga used, and including the third Omugoga from India Mwambu is using. This thing, where they call the constitution of the Omugoga way badges, we don't know it. This one brings the group of people whose leader, who calls him the chairperson or chairman of chairperson, called the first of Uya, who was once a delegate and was removed, and he became a chairperson and was removed in the second regime of the Red Bull Mushkoli. And these ones, they made that preamble. What they did, they go to the India Masava Constitution, they made an amendment, forged, and they made it India Masava Constitutional badges. So I want to inform Bamasava, all Bamasava from Uganda and Kenya, that you have some people who want to grab India Masava, Bamasava constitution by force for their own selfish gains. And when you read that constitution, they are not aiming here to grab our culture institution, they also to infiltrate BCU. That when they come to power, they want to make BCU under them and make sure that whatever BCU does, they under the armpits, which is very wrong because BCU, which cooperative union, is an independent entity, which for all Bama server, even Indiama server is an independent entity. Therefore, today I want to inform all the people, the Bama server across, that Indiama server is still around, and the people masquerading that they have elected Omuguga, because these people wrote to the Minister of State General that here, that the same here, the Minister of State, Gender and Social, Minister of State for Gender and Culture Affairs, used their constitution to communicate to Mr. Wamimbi, and the chairperson, who purported the constitution, that the ones him attacked to be the ones to reconcile. According to the Masaba constitution, the people elect Omuguga delegates, not the chairpersons. And according to the Masaba constitution, the people who are supposed to make amendment to the India Masaba constitution are the delegates, not the chairpersons. Chairpersons are the heads of clans, and from there they send the delegate who comes to represent them in our culture institution. Some of them signed on this, others did not sign. And yet, when they went to Minister of Gender, they said all the 26 chairpersons have resolved that they are supporting Mr. Jude Budomadom Goga, and therefore they want to rectify. When you look at that constitution, some people signed, others did not sign. And I'm told others have shown affidavits to that effect. Therefore, I want to inform all the Bama server that we are still cooperating with government to make sure that the rightful Omuguga, John Amuram Wagabyalire, is gazetted. Those people masquerading around with purported law constitution, they are not part of us. In fact, they are enemies of Bama server. We should find a way how we dissociate ourselves from them. Their activities, we don't know them, and Bama server should not follow them because they are wrongful characters. This has gone bad with also the promoters, the founders of India Masava. They are very bitter with that. Therefore, I call upon Bama server to stay calm, to wait. In Maluku, in case of anything, please come around and inquire. But we know that our culture institution is still intact. Let us leave the masqueraders alone. Thank you so much.
Okay, there is also information that have been making rounds that actually some people have registered. Bamasaba Bokuka. In Zio Bokuka, institution as a private company. What is your take on that?
You see,
all right. Yes,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matthias Nabutele, Deputy Prime Minister in Yamasawa. 2010 is the establishment of the culture. 2010 is the formal establishment of the cultural institution in Yamasawa, and around 2011, the Umukuka received a car from the government of Uganda. At the same time, we had to find an entity of registering that car. It was agreed upon by the assembly of the time under Umukuka Mimbi to create a company in the trust of holding assets of Bamasaba. And that company was created in Masaba Cultural Institution. Inzia Masaba. The company is called Inzia Masaba, House of Masaba, limited by guarantee, an entity to hold the assets of Masaba. And its minutes were probably laid, and that company was registered by Umukuka Mimbi. So how does again Umukuka Mimbi, who is accused for undermining something, again is the one who is overseeing its exit? So yes, the company is there, but it has nothing to do with the registering as a replacement of a cultural leader.
Now,
but 2014 is when the Kings and the Traditional Leaders Act was enacted. And for that matter, Umukuka Mimbi became a corporation sole. So anything that was done earlier, therefore, was superseded by the traditional and King's Act.
Maybe just for clarification, who have you resolved where Ukawa Mimi is not? Who transacts on behalf of that company? Is it now part of the cultural institution?
Yes, an entity like Uganda Development, this is an entity of the cultural institution, and the cultural institution can do business. It can be sued. It can sue. This is a holding company in trustship to hold the assets of the cultural institution. But it does not. There is no. You cannot create a company without resolving. So what is the resolution that dissolves the cultural institution to make it a limited by guarantee? They all know, all the promoters know, all the people in the first cabinet know that establishment was established to hold the assets, but not to replace the cultural leader. And the cultural leader has always been the corporation soul of Amasa. The best of all is that there is a hook or crook. When you find a house door closed and you want to go through the window, then you become an intruder. The laid procedures of becoming a cultural leader of Masaba through Inzu Masaba are very well known. The contention has been based on the Attorney General's opinion that while one came in when the assembly had expired, another one came in when there was a court order. So when people sit differently and they write documents to the Minister of Gender, and the Minister of Gender responds and clarifies, we fail to understand what really such a meeting means, because the minister said you should use the gazetted Inzu Masaba Cultural Institution Constitution. But at the end of the day, when those people met, they are implementing the Bugisu Cultural Constitution, Bugisu Cultural Constitution, which is contrary, because their constitution creates positions which are not in Inzu Masaba. One of them being the chairman of chairman. In Inzu Masaba, the chairman of chairman is Umukuga, because he is the one who heads the clan above the chairman. In their group, it is the districts that is second representatives, and the clan is to make an assembly. For us, it is the clans, not the clan chairman, that formulate and elect representatives to come to the center to form an assembly. So it is dangerous that government can receive a communication from one organization and implicates another organization. Because that is tantamount to criminality. Because if people sit anywhere, some people can sit in Sweden today and amend the cultural constitution, and the minister will receive it and respond to them. I think what the minister needed to do was to come on ground and audit. If you are talking about clan members, why can't you drive clan members and establish, because the clan person is not a hidden item, it's a public good. Anybody will know that so and so is the current chairman, and that's period. So if we all know that there are discrepancies, it's just like using the Kenyan constitution to manage Ugandan affairs, or using the British, which is called the common law, to take the Anglophone kind of political arrangement. Please, we request for intervention by government of Uganda to guide in terms of people sitting in one room and overrunning another institution, and the minister taking that as the official position. It will be a solution to a legality. For us, we cannot give a solution. For us, what we are saying, we know that it was an ill-intended meeting, and we shall freeze it before it even takes off.
Clan members who
repeated that now, when you compare both notes, you will discover that some people have joined the Bugisu Cultural Institution. But for us, with the culture, according to the Act, you don't force anyone to pay allegiance. If some people have shifted, it's okay. Let them shift. We shall replace them at our arrangement. But then they should not bound us. You understand? You see, the problem is that there is kind of amalgamating two institutions without proper due processes. That's the problem. We don't. The law does not hold anybody bound to pay allegiance. No. And even if all the chairmen declared that they have shifted to that organization, we have no problem with them. But that will be known that they have gone, but not taking it undercover to operate like they are here and yet they are there. In fact, when they are calling for meetings, first of all, the minister called for a reconciliation. Let them give out to the minister of reconciliation. And how can you reconcile when there are no parties of both sides? Because to reconcile, you must hear from both. So that meeting, those you journalists who were there, was there a reconciliation? What were the minutes? So I think it was a veiled election. But how do you veil an election? According to the minister, in the Masaba constitution. So in the Masaba constitution does not use the chairman to elect. So that means India Masaba fails to be part of it. If they want to use India Masaba, then let them present delegates.
But what about the chairpersons themselves? That India Masaba still have, because we heard that most of the chairpersons have expired and there is need for election of new.
Now that one is actually where the ministry goes wrong. Because if it is saying that the cultural leader's term of office expired, because every chairman, grand chairman renews their term of office during the expiry of the assembly. So equally, I don't know why the minister gets the guts to reinstate an expired chairmanship. Because you see, the clans do not start from clan level. They start from courtyard. So there are other 3 chambers below. If they have all expired, if it is a total expiry, let them declare and then we start from the ground zero. But if they say they want to maintain some for purposes of smuggling in other people, that's where it aborts from its meaning.
Why do you think these chairmen are defecting to the other cultural institutions?
There is no defection, because if there is defection, where is it proved that they have defected? You saw what happened in the meeting. We left here with 12 people. Actually, we left here with 18 people who we know are the rightful chairman. When we arrived there, 6 were not allowed in. So we entered 12. So we are still okay in terms of if you come back and go to the villages and call the communities and prove who is rightly accredited. They can do anything. We have no right over it, neither are we even interested in being part of it.